Give her a couple minutes, okay? Howdy ho! I've been making a ton of short YouTube videos, and some of you don't really appreciate them, and that's okay. I promise I am not abandoning making long form videos like this. Just sometimes when life is crazy and busy, I don't have necessarily the time to devote to putting together a video for several hours and for it to get like 300 views. So yes, I know that shorts can help with getting more views. I'm just gonna set you down. I'm gonna set you down right there so I can talk. I gotta find a wrench that matches this, and I think he wanted some pliers as well. Okay, oh, here's an adjustable one. So what short videos do help with on YouTube is to gain subscribers. So people are like, oh, I've never heard of Little Troyer Farm before. And then they see my short video when they're doom scrolling the shorts. Trust me, I know, because I do this too. And then they find my content, and then they subscribe, and then they get to find my long form content as well. So that is kind of different parts and pieces of why I've been doing what I've been doing lately. But mostly because sometimes life is crazy when you have 3 young kids and trying to run a farm and trying to run a business. And yes, we run a business, and I don't talk about that a lot because I don't have to share everything about my life on YouTube, and that's okay. But I'm just trying to get some stuff done outside here. Stan's trying to fix our dishwasher because it is leaking. I don't want to spend $1,500 to replace it if it's just a little pipe, so hence the tools. So while Stan is tackling that inside the house, I am going to clean out the goat shelter while it is above freezing for now. I just realized I forgot my tripod to be able to set this thing up. And hopefully the goats don't chew it and knock it over like they absolutely normally do. A little bit about me. I've been in this area since I was born and raised up here in northern British Columbia in Canada, for those of you that don't know. And I'm used to this white, fluffy, and sometimes dense stuff on the ground. That does not mean that I cope well with winter all the time, and so it is sometimes a challenge for my mental health when it gets dark specifically. I don't enjoy being cold, but the dark really gets to me when you wake up and it's dark, and then at supper time it's dark, and it's just, it kind of wears on you after a while. So whenever there's an opportunity like today where it's sunny, there's some of these kind of chores that are a lot nicer to do when it is beautiful and sunny like this. So yeah, I've been born and raised in this area. I grew up with cows. Those are not cows. Those are goats. But I grew up raising Red Angus cattle with my parents, and I have 3 older brothers, and we grew up on 160 acres of land, and we had some horses, and ever since I was little, I adored animals. I loved my cats, I loved my dogs, I loved my horses, I loved training young horses, I loved horseback riding, I loved cows, I liked showing cows, I liked 4-H. I was never allowed to take part in 4-H, but I loved going to watch and fall fairs and all of that stuff. Whenever there was animals, I wanted to be there. And when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a veterinarian until I realized that it was like 7+ years of schooling, and I went, maybe not. And then I met Stan when I was a kid. I was only 7 years old, I think, and he was 8, and our paths crossed with a mutual play date, which was hilarious. Anyways, met him at my childhood home the first time when I was very young, and then didn't really know each other until later on, until we were about 15. We started attending the same church's youth group, and I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. Oh, I kind of remember him from when I was a kid. And then ironically, I became pretty close friends to his younger sister. We started hanging out a lot and started getting to know Stan as a friend. And I was not allowed to date till I was 18, until, you know, I was old enough to make more of my own choices, I suppose. And so we kind of got to know each other in the basis of just friends and just friendship. And that was fantastic, I think, for a foundation for our relationship. And then he was at school for a while, and then we had a couple months together where we were dating. We lived about 30 minutes apart. We'd see each other when we could. He was doing a lot of farming. He grew up on, I guess, a quarter section. They had more farmland than that. They raised Black Angus cattle, and so we kind of had some jokes and fighting back and forth of what was better, Red Angus or Black Angus cows, which was quite hilarious. But they did a lot of their own haying, a lot of, yeah, just all around farm work, a lot more cows than what I grew up with, about 10 times the amount of cows that I grew up with. And so I was just like, oh sweet, you know, I could marry into this farming family and it was going to be fantastic and great. And things changed. Unfortunately, his parents did get divorced, and then about within the next year, Stan and I actually got married. So we did a lot of long distance, and then we got married, and we did start a business, and I'm not going to tell you the details of that business because for privacy purposes. And yeah, it's been now like 8 years together, and now we own goats and our own horses, and we have just over 10 acres here in northern British Columbia. So I don't know, it's fun, it's crazy. We have 3 beautiful daughters together, and we are completely blessed and so thankful. And despite the struggles and the trials that do come with life, we can only praise God for his faithfulness in our lives and on our small little farm here that we get to share with you all. You're crazy. Crazy girls. Well, I'm gonna let that nice wind and sunshine bleach out and hopefully dry out a little bit in their shelter. And then we'll bed it back down with a base of a little bit of shavings and then some nice fresh straw on top of that. Alright, we're gonna do a little weigh-in quick, okay? Let's see, is this still working even though it's cold? This is Echo. Come here, Echo. Oh my goodness. Whoa, 144. And yes, you want a little treaty treat? Yum. Yum, yum. Good girl. Come here, come on, shot. Oh, good dorky. No, that hold still. Oh, you're big. Rosie is such a tank now. I don't know if I'm going to even be able to lift you up. Oh, my word. You're almost 80 pounds. You're like 76 pounds. Good job. Yeah. Good snacks. Good girl. Ow. Echo, you've already been done. Rosie, go. Come on, oh please. Go. Nope. Move. Right, little Miss Oakley. You're definitely gaining some, but you're still pretty little. Hold still, hold still. Hold still, hold still. Tasty treats. They now love the milk shed because I give them treats all the time after they get weighed. Little porker, huh? Yum, yum. I remember when you were just so itty bitty.
Look at that little stinker.
It's a whole heap of trouble, this one, I guess. Look at you with your little wands. Your black body, though. Brothers or sisters still. So crazy. Oh, good sneeze. Yeah, hold it. Hold still. It's crazy. I was just editing a video where you were born. You were the very, very, very first Nubian ever born on my farm. That's right. And you're still here. What's the deal with that, hey? Oh, it's a messy, messy, messy. Yes, it is a messy. Mwah. She's like, excuse me, human. Where's my more snacks? Where's my snacks? Come here, lady. Big chonker. A big chonker. Oh, you guys are just grain crazy. Hold on. Too low. Nope. Hokey. There. Now we have snacks. I am the snack giver, right? We're making a mess. We are. That'll matter at some point, but not right now. You're so pretty. You know that? You're very beautiful. Just crumbs. Now we just have to do Mango. Now it's Mango's turn. And then I'm done breaking my back. Right? Maybe with my YouTube money I should buy a floor scale, huh? Problem is I want to spend my YouTube money on more goats. What's the problem. That's the problem, yeah. Uh-oh. Breaking things. Alright, last one. You like my mess in here? Come here. Lady girl. Who's yelling and screaming? Echo, is that you? It is you. How did I know it was Echo? There you go. Good girl. But it doesn't work. Oh yeah, you're still a little bit light. Hold still. Nope, hold still. Oh. And I think she's in heat right now. There you go. Such good snacks. She's definitely starting to grow into her features a little bit more. Can't say she's worth what I paid for her, but she's got a nice temperament. She's pretty sweet. And you're not that bad looking. You're really not. We'll see what you look like when you grow up, right? You're sweet. Good girl. Alright. That's it. No more treats. I know. No more treats. And you don't get a boyfriend yet either. You're too little. Too little for a boyfriend. Hey? I walked into the pen and she's like flagging like crazy. And it's not just because she was happy. But she's definitely not the size to get bred yet. She's still a little on the immature side. I'm excited about her. I think she's growing up nice. She's a bit cow-hawked, which I'm not thrilled about. She's probably going to kind of have some chunky teats, but yes, look at how disgusting this is in here. Good thing I'm not milking anymore, right? But we'll have to clean it up in a few months. We will. Don't get your head stuck. Oh, well. Oh, we're good. We did it. All right, let's go say, I'm going to go say hi to the horses. Once I do the weight figuring out, the subtracting that needs to be done, I'll give you guys the update. Right, Lucky? Trying to eat my fingers. Don't eat my fingers. Nom, nom, nom. Don't know why. Do they still taste good? Do they still taste good? You're such a goof. Such a goof. Oof. Hi, Ken. Hi, Henry. You guys are sure yellow and stinky. Thank you for that.